Hi, this is Chaz Palminteri, and if you're thinking about getting your eyes done, the only person to see is Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada. I flew all the way from New York to be here, and Dr. Rothman did my eyes. And all I could say is, it's a miracle. I could see. You see Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada.
From the Strip in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pub Crawl, where each week we struggle to recall our adventures in and around Las Vegas, giving a unique perspective on the best places to tear it up in the entertainment capital of the world. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Alicia and David.
Hey there, and welcome to Pub Crawl, the best source of Vegas-y drinky goodness. I'm Alicia.
I'm David, and this week we did way too much. I was looking at this going, we did all this and then took a day off for Super Bowl. This is with Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. And I think we stayed at a bar the longest we've stayed in months.
And I will say, ladies and gentlemen, it's not above us to have a hangover. And it's also not above us to have a hangover 2 days in a row. That's the first time we've done that, I think. I would say in our illustrious 10-year career of being the Ivies.
High five. All right.
I think that was our first double hangover.
Yeah, I had it was Super Bowl weekend, so I was like, ah.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in the show, but first...
Welcome, the live studio audience. And welcome, as always, the live chat room.
Live chat room. If you want to get a hold of us, we're pubcrawl@vegasvideonetwork.com. Pubcrawl@vegasvideonetwork.com. There's the troll-free listener line, which, by the way, it is troll-free.
Cool.
Ogre-free? No. Troll-free? Absolutely. That number is 866-966-4599. We're on iTunes, audio, video. Mm-hmm. We're on YouTube, just video. Of course, you can shut your monitor off. Roku, which Super Bowl party I was just going to have that on, but then I thought I don't want to be the guy that's showing us and everybody comes over for our Super Bowl party and hey, look, there's the Ivies on TV, you know.
No.
You guys don't need to see the football game. Let's watch Pub Crawl. So we are on Roku, and the great KSHP 1400 AM Friday nights right here in wonderful Las Vegas, Nevada. Fabulous is actually what it's called.
Fabulous.
So. I'm not messing around. See, I'm kind of trying to get this moving. Do you know why?
It's time for Cocktail of the Week.
Yes! So, as I drop my little sword, and I need that. You know what? Remember these? No, it is a look. Evie, can you see? It's a look.
It's an antique.
It's a little sword. No, but this is a metal one. Now you see these at bars all the time, the little plastic ones. This is an antique, actual little metal one, little like parts and paint on it and stuff. It came with this little set. I don't know if it's safe. I'm going to sheath it. No. So anyway, it's for the olives. Because we're garnishing today, ladies and gentlemen, our first garnish ever. Not our first, but one of our first.
One of the very few.
We're going back part of the classics. This is as classic and as simple as a drink can be, ladies and gentlemen. The martini.
Ooh.
We've never been so simple. Some might say pedestrian, but I would not, because this is still probably the greatest drink ever made known to mankind. The funny thing about it is...
And we are using gin?
Yes. Oh, well, because if you say martini, there is only a gin martini. A vodka martini is something completely different. And if it's an apple something or other, that's a cocktail in a cocktail glass. It's not a martini. I'm being a snob, but it's not really true. I think a vodka martini is all right. We're gin people. We're not even picky about our gin too much, as long as it's okay. The only big difference for me between gin and vodka is I like my gin stirred and I like my vodka shaken.
And usually we like a twist.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And with gin, we're not today because I didn't feel like cutting lemons, but with gin, especially if it's a good gin, I like a twist. I don't want it to, too bruised and too colored by what it's, what you put in it. But anyway, simple as it gets. 3 shots of.
So you're making 2 again?
Oh yeah. So yeah, you better help me out here.
So for 2, it's going to be 5 ounces of gin.
So it's 2
or
and a half,
vodka.
Right, 2.5 per drink, and whatever this is. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You said?
Yes.
Okay.
1 ounce of dry vermouth.
That's a lot. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the way I like to do it, which is I'm going to do a little. These should be sitting on ice. Oh, we have a chat room question while I'm doing this.
What is the image on your shirt, David?
It's a Klingon bird of prey.
Want to know what mine is, anybody? It's a Rum Runner shirt.
From Rum Runner,
Check
one of
it
our
out.
favorite
Rum
bars
Runner.
in town.
Woo!
Yes, Rum Runner. So what I do is I take a little bit of vermouth, just that much, and put it in there.
Where are you going to dump it?
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to swirl it around.
Scott?
I'm going to swirl it around in this one. And I'm going to put it in that glass right there because we're not going to need that glass. No.
There you go.
There we go. So there it is. That's all the vermouth I want. Then I'm going to stir. Vigorously. And while I stir, why don't you give us a drunk term?
Okay, well, this week's drunk term is deboned.
I love that one.
You like it? You can also say deossified.
No, wait a minute.
That means deboned.
Is that
Same thing,
okay.
like without bones.
Okay.
So that's what happens when you've had too much to drink and you're kind of flopping around like this.
When you got no bones.
You got no bones. So you're a little flippy.
That takes me back. I've seen a few deboned people in my day.
We have, and actually, if you want a very good story on somebody getting deboned, listen to the last episode of Living in Las Vegas.
Yesterday's.
Because Scott told a very good story. He's waving.
Deboned could be dirty, but for those girls out there in college, you cannot be deboned.
No, you can be boned, but not deboned.
Right. So once it's
Right.
Anyway, so there we go. I stirred it for a good long time. I'm gonna pour. Oh, look how.
And if you like it shaken, just shake it really vigorously for 30 seconds or longer.
And there we go. And that's all there is to it. Except,
Garnish.
Where's my little sword? Now you like yours a little dirty.
I used to like mine dirty until I went too dirty.
What? And dirty means a little bit of olive juice. So, for instance, I think I know how you like it dirty, but we've been married 10 years. See, there's a couple drops.
Yeah, that's actually good enough
Yeah,
for
just
me.
a couple drops in there. And there you go. That's.
I used to like it really dirty.
We went to a place in California.
I stuck too much in my drink and it tasted it was like brine. It was so nasty.
Let's a little quick story. We're at a place called like Zaps or Zappos. I don't know what it was called. Zippies or whatever. It was in Woodland Hills, California, and we just started drinking martinis. And you liked it dirty. And if you're getting started on martinis, you might want a little dirty because this is pure gin. It's just a glass.
Because I wasn't
of
really used to gin.
Right.
When I was a youth. Mm-hmm. Cheers.
So you said, "Can I get it dirty?" And she didn't really know what to do, so she brought you like a shot glass.
This is like
full.
just like a mom and pop little place.
Yeah, and it was a waitress, and she brought you a bunch of olive juice, and you went to pour it, and you poured.
I
it away.
accidentally poured too much, and it just after that.
Yeah, it was like Salt Lick.
Pretty bad.
This is wonderful.
This is lovely.
So, let's do a quick station ID and come back with Pub Crawl Adventure.
Traditional media believes that after about 3 minutes, you'll tune out. Most Vegas media companies think if it doesn't jiggle, you won't tune in. At the Vegas Video Network, we think both are wrong. The Vegas Video Network is the first and only live online broadcast network that specializes in insider news and expert views about Vegas. We combine great storytelling with the ability to watch when and where you want on your computer, mobile device, or television. Discover the real Las Vegas. Visit VegasVideoNetwork.com.
Yeah, so Gregory Peck he also was in the Patrick store.
Yeah.
Well, I burned them both because I know I'm going to watch Moby Dick and go, you know what? I want to see the Patrick Stewart one. Oh, we're back.
Oh, hey, welcome back. Pub Crawl
We're having
Adventure.
a Moby Dick situation. There's a TV show called Moby Dick on HBO or something, and I was flipping through between all weekend we watched, or all week I should say, we watched Titanic, and then we watched Fear and Loathing like 3 times in Las Vegas, which is still such a great movie, and I'll never see you laugh as much as in that movie. That is literally like your favorite movie.
That's great.
And we can't park here. This is bat country. But every time we flipped through, it was Moby Dick. But it was like, this is no Moby Dick I know. And it turns out I looked it up because I was like, I couldn't find it anywhere. I finally looked it up by that guy that was in Apocalypto. You say, that's the guy from Apocalypto.
The bad guy.
Yeah. And I found it, and it's a series.
Oh,
like,
no.
Oh. But then I got inspired. I'm like, well, I'm going to go Netflix.
Well, enough of that adventure.
Yeah. That's a real adventure.
That's
that's a whale of a tale. But by the way, we're doing this backwards. This started off our week. We started our week a week ago.
A week ago tonight.
Week ago last night. We were here. We had a huge studio audience, which as we always do. And we're like, hey, let's go party. That was bad idea number 1 of the week.
Thought it was a good idea.
I take it back. That was actually the most calm. And, oh no, we had the first 2 days were pretty mellow. So anyway, what we did is we walked right across the street to the Fireside Lounge at the Peppermill Fireside Lounge. I'm sure you've heard a million things about it. In fact, if you want to spout off some of its high points.
Yes, surely.
Well, first off, let's explain. Then you can get started. If you've heard about it, it's on Las Vegas Boulevard. It's like an old Denny's or an old, Bob's Big Boy. Back in the 50s.
In the front.
Right, and then there's this Fireside Lounge in the back, and you've seen it in such movies as Casino, and I think Fear and Loathing. It's been in everything.
You can go in the back door, so you don't even have to come through the Denny's part.
Yeah, which apparently is not a bad restaurant, but in the back, it's a lounge, and it's the most ultimate neon mirrored lounge ever. Some of its high points are.
It was voted one of the best places to see by Casino Magazine, best cocktail waitresses by Las Vegas Magazine, and best exotic drinks and most romantic bar by Menu Magazine.
Really?
I don't know what years were these.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it. Well, I know it gets high ratings all the time.
And it is one of the more romantic spots.
Yeah,
we're looking at it right now.
The website doesn't have a whole lot, as you can tell.
It looks really dark.
Don't look at that, because that's what she just read.
Just like verbatim.
Verbatim, funny enough. It's you walk in. There's a big pool.
They have really good nuts.
They got great nuts.
Great nuts.
So we've been deboned, Moby Dick, and good nuts. Got to watch it on this show this week. You walk in. There's a pool. I guess you call it a pool, but you can't swim in it. It's like a pool, like a 4-foot round water feature fountain with flames in it, and that's the centerpiece of the whole place. It's nothing but couches and mirrors and pink neon.
And they play some really cool videos in there.
It's all videos. Yeah, all the music is all videos.
They have 15 wide format plasma screens.
Wow. Flaming pool.
A flaming pool.
Open 24 hours. I wasn't aware of that. All the latest videos. Yeah, I didn't know that it had the.
Yeah, they always have some really cool stuff playing. Like, what is?
It's a little on the pricey side.
Well, the drinks are, yeah. Actually, the food is too.
The food is too. The food's actually really good.
Yeah.
But it's a little. I mean, you're on the Strip. You're gonna pay. I think it's $8 a drink. I think. Right?
And I would probably just stop in for one, and then move on.
2, unless you've got a big group and you can pawn off some of the bill on some other people. Then you can hang there for a while. But I mean, you got to really work it, because it will run.
Because we still haven't learned how to work that. Because
I know
we always get stuck with more of it.
I know. It's like, how do we end up with it? But it's a really awesome place. It's right there on Las Vegas Boulevard. It's $29.85. It's between the Wynn and Riviera, if you need to know where it is as far as the map goes. It's right next to the Riviera. In fact, if you were at the Riviera, you could walk next to it.
It is walkable.
Yep. And walking distance from the Vegas Video Network studios.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, too.
Very close.
Then the next night, this is a little out there. Summerlin has a place called Sedona. Now, we might have mentioned this before, just in passing, that we were going to talk about it. This turned out to be quite a little gym, too, I might say.
Because last time we went in there, and there wasn't really anybody there, and we weren't really feeling the vibe. I think we just were in the mood. We drove all the way out there. I think we just wanted to go to Agave and get Mexican food.
I know, we stopped there on the way.
So we stopped in and we're like, got a drink and left.
It's on 9580 West Flamingo. Out in Summerlin. It's actually not very far. If you're from a city that's big, it's not far out there. What I like about it, they do have a great happy hour every day, 4 to 7, and 11 to 2, 7 days a week. I like that. 11 to 2 a.m. They're only open till 2 till 2. We went there because on Thursday nights, if you sign up for the loyalty program, which we do, all you do is fill out your email, you get free drinks on Thursday nights. And we did. We went last Thursday, walked in. I'm like, how do we get these free drinks? And they said, they go to the front, give them your name, they look it up.
It's Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m.
6 to 9. Free drinks.
And then
Free
also, we did the Foursquare check-in, where if you do your first check-in there, then you get a free drink.
Yeah, so they give you 2 free drink tickets.
So we drank there for free. I had a martini and another.
And you got French onion soup.
Yeah.
And so did our really good friend Natalia, and the bill was $12.
It was cheap.
And we all drank, all 3 of us drank.
it was
really a great deal. They have a really cool idea. They do half steak Sundays all day, all night. They're a steakhouse. They're steaks and chops is what kind of a restaurant they are. Half wine Tuesdays, all bottles of wine are half price. I don't know if that excites you. They have gaming, which is nutty. It's a really nice steakhouse kind of place, really hip, really big. It's kind of place that your boy Kitchen Nightmares, Gordon Ramsay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of place he'd look at and go, I like this. It's a good place, right? Yeah, he would.
It's a good place. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he would say yes.
When we were there, we got a really good seat on the end of the bar.
Oh, we got
So we were right in the corner. We could look out over the whole place. And actually right behind us, which we couldn't figure out before, it's actually like a banquet room. But the night we went, it was really funny. There was a
dental
seminar. And so there's nothing but dentists sitting there drinking white wine because they don't want to stain their teeth.
You noticed that, and I didn't. You're like, look, they're all drinking white wine. And I'm like, we're not big wine drinkers. So what? And you're like, yeah, red wine will stain your teeth. Like, oh my Lord, they are, and they were all.
They all had very nice teeth.
I thought it was funny. They were doing a seminar on fixing gums.
Yeah, so people who are gummy.
You know people that they got too much of a gummy smile. It's too. Like,
that's good. I
don't know how to do it. But they can fix that. They put is it Botox?
They put Botox.
So we're watching the seminar as we're at the
gums, and then after that happens, you just totally relax. It's like, oh my God.
It was awesome.
It's amazing.
I just thought it'd be funny because they were doing a seminar, and there's always the guy up doing the talking, and he'd make some laugh every once in a while. I wanted to look around and see everybody go, like that.
like a little horse.
Like all of them, that'd be so funny. Anyway, but it wasn't. They were all the dentists, come to find out. So anyway, I like it.
Very interesting. I learned something.
Yeah, SedonaLV.com. Check it out. If you're in town and you got anybody up in there, it's not a bad place, especially if it's for like a steakhouse, kind of fancy. It's kind of attractive people.
It was packed.
Packed on Thursday.
This time it was totally packed.
And fun. So
and we could not find a parking space.
Because University of Phoenix is next door, and I think they're all at night school.
Oh, it was bad.
My assumption. So anyway, Friday started off pedestrian enough. Hey, it's Friday. What are you going to do? I don't know. Our friends Gina and Ryan are in town. Hey, they're staying at Caesar's Palace. Why don't we go meet with them?
And then see where the night takes us.
And see where the night goes. So what we do, and we practice what we preach, ladies and gentlemen, we parked at the Mirage. But David, why? They stayed at Caesar's. Because that's what we do. You park 3 hotels down and walk over and see what happens, or whatever. You park down the street. And actually we're TI. But anyway, have an adventure.
Something might happen on the way.
You never know. Nothing did, and we just went into Caesar's. But you never know. So we go into Caesar's into the Seahorse Lounge. Let's get a picture of the Seahorse Lounge. It's gorgeous. Now, if you know where it is, it's right by the sports book. Look at that place. That's a humongous, how big's that tank? 15 million gallons or whatever?
1,700 gallons.
There you go. And they got big seahorses, sculpture. It's gorgeous.
Mermaid statues.
It's had to have been there since the expansion of Caesar's Casino. It's part of the right outside of the Pussycat Dolls thing and Sportsbook and Pure. It's right there.
Oh yeah, because when we were sitting there, what time was it? Like midnight or something, and all these Pussycat girls start marching by, clapping.
Well, that goes.
We're like, what is going on?
Well, that goes to our story because we met them at about 7, and at about 3, we finally left the Seahorse Lounge. We stayed in there.
Yeah, we hung out there all night.
Picture number 2 will explain what we did there for 6.5 hours at the Seahorse Lounge. There you go.
And that's only half of it, I think.
Yeah, the waitress was clearing them off. That's a lot of tequila diets, I think. Or Jack and Diets we were doing, weren't we? Mm-hmm. Oh. So 64 calories a shot, probably still over my limit that day.
I think so.
We were there. Well, what happened is we went there. All of a sudden, now if you watch and listen to living in Las Vegas on the network, you'd know we ran into Scott Whitney and Wayne.
Right.
Just had that.
You know, we were up at the bar.
We were at the bar with our friends, Gina and Ryan, and I said, I think that's Wayne behind you. You're like, and wait. Here's how Alicia decides if it's you or not. Okay. Wayne's behind her. I'm Alicia. Wayne's back there. I go, Wayne's back there. She goes, Wayne!
And he turned around, and I said, well, that's Wayne.
And he turned around, and she's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, wow, that's... So he's like, hey, me and Whitney are over there. So me and Whitney are over there. So we pulled up chairs, and we sat over there for...
Me and Whitney.
That's what he said. That's what he called it. And we're over there, and they were at some shindig across the street at the Munch Bar, which I haven't, or Munch, whatever it's called.
Munchbox.
I have not tried that yet.
Munch Bar?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No? We always wanted to go to that.
I know, but it's a little pricey. But so we hung in that bar for 6 hours. It was so fun. And what happened is after about 2 o'clock in the morning, we're like, hey, we better sober up because we've got a big week ahead of us. This is only Friday, so we had to stay and stay and stay. And then the other good thing about parking 2 miles away, you got to walk that off. We had to go all the way to the Forum Shops, all the way out, all the way back around through the Mirage, up over into the TI. I mean, it's
surprised we find our way back sometimes.
Me too.
But something fun before we move on from
Right.
this is the video when you're sitting at the main bar.
Okay, before you
first
say
that huge. Okay, they've got that beautiful tank, the real fish.
1,700 gallons, right?
1,700 gallons.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the centerpiece of the whole bar.
And there's seahorses.
And there's seahorses in there. Yes, there are. Right. But then there's also a screen when you're sitting at the actual bar.
2 screens.
2 screens.
Yes.
Videos of fish.
And it's very video. Like it looks very short, closed circuit. Like very. So we're like, oh, they must have closed. Yeah, that's one of the screens right there.
Yeah.
And,
so we thought they were filming the tank.
Right, and because it looks like video, but apparently that video is 10 years old.
The bartender told us they're all like ghost fish.
Yeah, those fish are long dead.
They're all dead fish.
That
was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, there's video of dead fish while you're drinking. I thought that was pretty funny.
Figured, just why not film the tank? I don't know.
I don't either, but hey, Caesars, they know what they're doing over there. So, waking up with a royal hangover. That was the first time in a long time I woke up like, whew, we got a few hours sleep.
Saturday, I actually felt okay.
I didn't feel too good. I think we were offset on our hangovers because I woke up a little hungover on Saturday. And but what are you going to do? So what we do when we're hungover is eat. Now, we were at home. We didn't go out at all during the day. That's how I know we were hungover. We didn't leave the house till 7 at night, something like that. We watched TV, Fear and Loathing, Moby Dick. We did all kinds of just home stuff. And then about dinner time, it's like, okay, we need some grease. I need something greasy. I need something with chips in it. And
nacho
cheese.
time.
Yeah, it's nacho time. We need something. So our go-to place, we mentioned before, way out in Summerlin again. I say way out.
If we feel like driving.
Yeah, it's Agave, Mexican restaurant. It's right across from Red Rock. Now, we've talked about it before. It's our favorite place in town for the price. Mundo might be a little better, but Mundo's a fortune. It is literally amazing. Agave, I put 3 recipes on there that you could read just to kind of show what
the
food
types
is.
of food?
Yeah, this is the kind of Mexican food they serve. There's these 3. The crispy al pastor roasted chicken.
Okay. Achiote marinated half chicken with potato poblano hash, grilled pineapple relish, and spicy carrot salad.
Come on, that sounds great.
Great. Chili braised short rib taquitos, which is shredded short ribs with creamy avocado mole, toasted pumpkin seeds, roasted tomato sauce, and manchego cheese.
Yeah, in the one in the middle.
And then pescado verde, which is a grilled tilapia fillet with cilantro pesto rice, fire roasted poblano chilies, crisp tortilla salad, and poblano cream reduction.
Come on.
Like all their food is just...
I mean, that's the kind of Mexican food it is. It's like that serious kind of not messing around Mexican food. It is so unbelievable. We went there and got, of course, the carne asada nacho.
Which I actually like this time.
They were different, though. They didn't come in that tray.
They weren't greasy like the last time. That's why I didn't like them. These actually, they were good. Because the other ones, they're too greasy.
Really?
But what else? They've also got that, if you check in on Foursquare,
I wrote
every 3 check-ins.
This is an amazing. See, I like Foursquare. I mean, it's a great app, and I mean, it's a big time app. This is why. Check this out.
So every 3 check-ins, you get $2 Modelo drafts and $2 tacos all day long, and that could be, and their tacos are really good. It's like that Tinga chicken
that
taco.
2 times ago, I have to figure it out. Must have been 2 times ago. We sat there and got nothing but tacos. we got 3, then we got 3 more, then we got like 2 more. We just ate every taco. Just bring 2 more tacos.
Bring more tacos, more tacos.
So good.
It's delicious.
Yeah, and there's a mayor special too. That if you're the mayor there, you get free enchiladas every day.
Lucky mayor.
I know. I
Whoever
don't know how
that
you
is.
pull that off. But I like the check-ins. That's a big thing to me. The new kind of Foursquare check-ins. Great idea. So anyway, that was just on our way out. So we got our dinner, and I got to say they're tequilas, Cazadores.
Nice.
Not bad. Then we had to go check up on a place that we haven't talked about since their opening weekend, the Underworld Grill and Bar.
All right, grill and bar.
Right. Now, we haven't been there in 6 months. We went there the day they opened or whatever, like the week they opened.
Their soft opening.
Right. Then we went on their grand opening. We're a little like, I wonder what how this is going to go down. Just because the crowd was so strange.
And they still didn't have their games in.
Right. We went in on Saturday. It was great.
Yeah.
Packed. We didn't eat, but we drank. The bands were good. Bands we knew. I walked in. I'm like, how come I'm recognizing everybody in here? What's going on? It's like, oh, that band's playing. Dirty Paradise is like some friends of ours band. I'm like, oh my God, it was so fun, and it was packed to the gills. And the gaming's in.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? They're doing okay.
And the girls have better costumes now. I think the costumes they originally had probably fell apart.
Okay, we knew that was going to happen. They wanted them to dress like nurses. It's like a horror themed kind of thing. And we looked at their outfits and go, those are just those
They're not going to last.
Yeah, the
They're
stuff you get at the costume store. You cannot wear that every day as a waitress. And lo and behold, it's not. They've got some.
I think they're getting into their groove now. I think they're going to do pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just judging on coming back again and seeing how packed it was.
It's a big place. It's big, and it packed. I got to say, they did a wonderful job. They still got their karate karaoke on Sunday nights, 10 to 2, which apparently is killing. And they said their comedy night, there's not an empty seat in the house. And we know other bars that do comedy nights that are canceling their comedy nights because they can't get anybody in.
Maybe it's just like a good location.
Yeah. So they're doing that's on their comedy nights. What, Tuesday?
Kill or Be Killed Comedy Tuesdays, 9 p.m. and Never Cover.
Yep. So
and then their karate karaoke's on Sunday night from 10 to 2.
Right. And they're right over there in Decatur and like Sahara.
3550 South Decatur. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely go
great
back.
Place. So we went there and had a little surprise on how we ended up staying there way later than we were just going to stop in and see if it's if
kind of check in and see how things are.
Oh my God, it was great. The guys are still great. The place was packed. We had a really good time.
They've got gaming now.
They got gaming, which is smart. And apparently the last time we really liked their pizza, so we didn't get it this time because we just got back from Agave. On the way to. We're still on our run. Now about midnight, I remembered, we got to go to Scarlet, which is this dark wave, new wave, 80s goth club at the Artifice, which is where we spent,
It's a really new club. This is just their second.
Right, new club, but at this bar, the Artifice. We went there for the greatest Halloween ever. When we had the video of the Halloween show. Great bar downtown. It's not really downtown. When I say downtown, not scary downtown, not homelessy Fort Queens downtown, but over close to Charleston.
Yeah.
And an amazing bar. I can't talk enough about this thing. It's open from what do I got? I have it written down here. It's open 4 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Kind of weird, kind of like LA hours.
Oh, and if you want to go and check out that club we went to, it's on every first Saturday.
Oh yeah, the club we went to, Scarlet, is at first Saturday at this place, and then they're doing it at the Copa Room on the third Saturday, which we got to go check out because Copa Room's right by us, and I'm anxious to see where that place is.
Did we give the address yet?
On Artifice?
Yeah, it's 1025 First Street.
First Street. First in Charleston, right there by the freeway. Killer. Now, what makes the Artifice is kind of an art house. I mean, it's kind of a gallery. We have the thing that's going on right now is called High Drama by Giovanni Morales, and I said there's a couple pictures here of some of his work or her work. Oh, Giovanni, yeah, I guess it's a guy.
That's okay.
Yeah, yeah. See, he does that kind of stuff, kind of comic book. So those are 8 feet tall all over the place. There's another one too. And they're all over. It's a whole room full of them.
It's a really artsy place. Really kind of hip crowd.
Cooler. It's such a cool
The drinks
place.
are pretty reasonably priced too, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, and they have a classic drink menu. So if you like classic drinks. So I can't say enough about that. One of the best downtown spots there is. That's another one of his work. I love that stuff. I'm a kind of a comic book nerd, so that's the art all over the place right now. And then that changes out to whatever else they're going to do. Killer place. So we go there, well, probably officially every first Saturday, I would say. And we go there for random other things, too. It's a great place. Then, at 4:11 in the morning, we got in the car, and I took a picture of the clock that said 4:11. And I went, you know what?
4:11.
This is dumb, because we're having a Super Bowl party, and people are going to be showing up at 1 p.m. It's 4:11 a.m. right now, and we're in downtown Los Angeles. What are we thinking? Oh, my Lord. That was a bad idea. So we went to...
Got a thumbs up from Scott over there.
Go home. We just try to go to sleep as fast as you can. You were asleep on the way. But then woke up at 10:30.
Woke up, went shopping.
Crying.
Went shopping.
We were crying in the grocery store. I felt so bad. Luckily, by the time the game started, a couple beers and drinks in, I think we were kind of I was literally falling around the house. I couldn't, no matter what I held, I dropped it. I was tripping. I was so I was out of it. Oh, my Lord. And we had probably, 20 people showing
It
up.
was a good time.
It was probably the best Super Bowl in memory for me. It was great. Everybody came over. We had tons of food. People brought tons of food. It was a great time. But it was that morning, though, was pretty rough.
Sign of a good weekend.
It was so good, in fact, that we haven't left the house since till tonight. Well, that's it. I mean, we stayed home. For a whole 2 days, we have not left the house. So that was our weekend. It was craziness. So I think that pretty much covered it.
Well, that was the adventure for this week.
It was, and we already have an adventure planned for this coming week. How cool!
A very cool adventure.
I like having a predetermined route we're going to take.
Yeah, we're having a set crawl path. So if you notice us checking in any place, you may try to guess.
Right.
Guess what we're doing.
Right.
It'd be
so
fun.
yeah, so next week we already have it set. So so anyway, let's get on to. That's enough from us. Mm-hmm. Let's hear from you on a segment we called Hey Bartender.
And welcome. Okay, let's see. Our email from this week comes from Paula and Dan in Pine Island, Minnesota. Hey, Dave and Alicia, have you been to any of the bars in the New Plaza Hotel downtown? If so, can you tell us about them? We are Minnesotans, and Vegas is our favorite place in the whole world. We love you guys and love your show. Never miss an episode. All right.
Wow, killer. Vegas is one of our favorite places, too.
Tis.
It is our favorite place. We are going to, and that's not what we're doing this week, but we're going to do a whole downtown crawl. Because we went
covering most of those bars.
Right, because we went down there and saw the Swingers Club. Didn't even have a drink. We just walked through it. We saw the Oscar's Steakhouse and the Speakeasy. Nothing. We just walked through. We didn't even have a drink. We didn't have one drink down there. We
did a scouting mission.
Yes, we were doing some recon. Went down and went through all of those bars, and they were killer.
Yeah, they all look amazing.
So stay tuned, because we're absolutely going to hit them. Because I thought the Swingers Club was great. I couldn't believe how cool it looked. We didn't, like I said, it was daytime. There was only 6 people in there. But we want to go on a weekend night and just hang out in there.
But every time you say the Swingers Club, people say, woo!
Well, the Swingers Club, meaning...
Shh, keep it secret.
Golf.
Oh, yeah.
But it's miniature golf. It's
more to come.
Yeah. So, yeah, we are absolutely going to do... and that's where we're going to start and probably end our downtown crawl is...
Swingers Late Night.
Well, at least the Plaza. Because we love what they've done. I can't believe how nice that place is. It's number 2 to Golden Nugget down there. Golden Nugget's got a couple nice places too, but I think that's a little cheaper at the Plaza. So we'll find out and we'll report back. Thank you for the email.
Thank you.
Doesn't happen in Vegas. Actually, it does at the Artifice, and it does at Agave, and it does at quite a few places we went to. And it also happens on this show. Last call. This is last call, where sometimes you find out how to not get knocked up, knocked out, kicked out, thrown up. To be thrown up is probably not a very nice thing to be. Like a shark didn't like you and threw you up. That'd be terrible. So,
No.
you know what we're doing? This is part of our last call now. We're doing this for you folks. We're going to add ceremoniously where we went this week. Peppermill, Ba-boom, Matchbook, Caesar's Palace, the Horseshoe Bar, there we go, Sedona.
The horseshoe bar.
The Seahorse Bar, yes. Seahorse Bar. And, it's two spare. Two extra.
And two spare.
Well, no, I got two.
Make sure to keep count of those.
Right. So here's what we're going to do. Keep an eye on this. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but we might give it away to some.
There might be a contest coming up in the future with these matchbooks
Right.
and maybe a count. So,
So you don't have to count. It's like guessing jelly beans.
like how many places we went.
You know, I don't know if I talked about this. When I was starting this idea, when we said, okay, this year we're going to do this. So I went to Foursquare and looked at how many places we'd gone in January. And at about 27 different places.
Like, this is crazy.
This is ridiculous. What are we doing to ourselves? And I went, well, there's not enough matches. And then I realized, well, not every place has matches. Because a lot of every place allows smoking. You know, so it's like, well, okay.
So they won't have one or a unique one for their place. They'll
Right.
just have like a casino matchbook.
Right. But we'll do that anyway. Like, that's just a Caesar's matchbook. So we'll keep adding it and see.
So this jar is probably going to get much bigger.
Yeah, it'd probably be by the end of the year, it'll just be this big jar we'll be talking behind. If we do this the whole time. I did want to mention we started about Foursquare. We also still use Vegasmate. We use the Happy Hours app, which is amazing. And I got a new one this week called Vegas Party Stops, which I'm trying out. So I can't give a full recommendation yet, but so far I dig it. It kind of tells you where you are and what the next spot is, and a full review of it. I'm like, okay, should almost try that, like in one of our crawls, and see. So I'm using that to find out.
I'm going to test it out.
I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna run it through its paces. There's so many apps out there. So we also need what I want to get also is that Nike thing. Everything counts. You know that activity counter? But it's like, how much are they? They're expensive.
Oh, we priced it. It was like I think like 150.
Right, they weren't out yet when we saw them.
We can pre-order.
Because you know when we do that walking as much as we can, and like everything counts, and this counts. You know, like, well, let's walk around and have a beer, and you know, I also want to get one of those see kind of what we do walking wise in Vegas. Because the other night we walked just around our neighborhood, trying to get some exercise. Like, you know what? I think we walked more since we've moved here than we've ever walked in our life.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really. We park at Mandalay Bay and walk to Bellagio.
It's a health conscious city.
It is. It's good for move to Las Vegas.
You like
it's good
that?
for your
You like
health.
that? It's good.
It absolutely is. So, anyways, thank you, live studio audience.
Woo! Thank you, live chat room.
Chat room. Pub crawl at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Pub crawl at VegasVideoNetwork.com. Toll-free listener line, 866-966-4599. Backcountry. And KSHB, 1400 AM every Friday night. I'm going to cough. Oh, I did wake up sick on Saturday after the Super Bowl. I think we just destroyed my immune system that weekend. It's better now, except for that little cough.
You're time traveling.
I was. Also, what else we got? iTunes, YouTube, Roku.
Check out the other shows.
All the other shows.
Check out the last episode of Living in Las Vegas.
Yeah, because that's
find
kind
out
of a
the definition of deboned, which was
right. In fact,
and
it's also kind of was the it's kind of the prequel to this show. That was like the Phantom Menace to our Empire Strikes Back.
That's right.
That's an insult. I don't mean it to be like that though. But it's kind of the prequel.
That was really the meanest thing you've ever said.
It's really, and I didn't mean it that way.
Ever.
It's kind of the, oh man, it's the Hobbit to our Lord of the Rings.
Oh, for God's sake. It's I getting my ass yelled at by my wife.
But it's worth it alone to watch.
For hanging out with Pub Crawl.
Right, that's what happens when you hang out with Pub Crawl. You know, everybody says, I want to hang out with the Ivies. Now be warned, watch last week's episode of Living in Las Vegas and then decide if you want to hang out with the Ivies. You might get in Dutch with the wife.
I'm not afraid of her, just so you know.
Yes. So until until next week, remember, Pub Crawl urges you to drink responsibly, and we do not make stuff up, but we do leave stuff out. And we definitely, I don't know if we left much out this week.
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did.
We always do.
We kind of have to. Till next week, cheers!